Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I thought I would do a quick kind of casual sort of recording about something that I was thinking about and something that I've been meaning to talk about for quite a while. It's been on my list for a while. So I want to talk about how I have managed in the past to kind of get over um, um, not a relationship necessarily, but a kind of when the other person stopped the dates that we were going on. So we were on the dating kind of stage, kind of casually dating pretty much. And when it ended, I was, really upset at first. And then I kind of was able to get out of it in a way that I thought was kind of interesting and may seem kind of naive or kind of simplistic. But for me, it was kind of a flash of insight and kind of like a light that kind of went off in my head, that kind of like, this is how I need to think about this situation, and it kind of got me through it. I was able to kind of pull through because I kept this thought in the back of my head. So this was actually like the first person I was dating, and when it ended, I remember I was really upset, and I remember it just kind of came into my head that I have to think of it as like, this is a universal thing. This is like a tunnel that people have to go through, that pretty much everybody who has, so many people who have dated have gone through similar feelings probably, and similar situations. So somebody breaks off the dates, and if you really like the person, and you didn't want to break off the dates, but you had to accept that this other person wanted to break off the dates, right? So I tried to really take a universal angle, and I thought that was really interesting because, sometimes I will think about things more sort of, there are certain times where I'm kind of thinking about things more subjectively, or how they're making me feel and things like that. But in this situation, I was kind of pulling from something that was more universal, and I was trying to think of it as like a tunnel, like I already said. So I try to think of it as a tunnel that everybody who has ever dated, which is like, so many people, like most people probably have dated at some point in their lives, right? So uh, or had relationships and or friendships and things like that have ended. And so I thought of it as like this universal tunnel that um, all those people that have dated or had friendships or relationships have to go through at some point, and it's just my turn now. And it was interesting because like it was my first time really dating someone, and so I thought it was interesting that I was able to come up with this kind of insight that really kind of pulled me through emotionally, and it was funny that it kind of worked. So I thought of it as like, I visualized this tunnel that I had to go through, walk through, or run through, or whatever it was. And there was kind of maybe there was a light at the end or something like that, that was like a really bright shining kind of light or something like that. Maybe not, but it was basically, I thought of it as a tunnel that I have to go through, and it's a universal thing that everybody has to go through, and it's just my turn. And I try to detach from it, which I think is really interesting because it is very good usually to kind of feel into your emotions, and to own like how you are feeling, and make it less about like, you don't necessarily have to make it always about like other people or like what society thinks, or like the universal element. So sometimes it is important to just be in touch with your own feelings. And it's interesting because while I was very in touch with how I was feeling, I was upset, I was sad, but I was able to make it universal, and that actually helped me, which I thought was super interesting. That thinking of it as like a universal tunnel that everybody has to go through at some point in their lives, and now it's just my turn. It's my turn to go through it now, and I will get through it. I just thought that was interesting. So there's really not a lot else to say. I just wanted to share this quick insight that I had years ago about how I got over a failed sort of relationship, or like failed attempts at dating. thought of it as a universal tunnel, and it's my turn to go through now, and it's a universal thing. It's like a universal theme that I'm now a part of, and I'm like learning something that is making me develop in some way, and everybody's learning these lessons through relationships and through like the experiences that they have. And because I had never gone through like a real dating experience before, for me it was a new thing, so it was kind of personal, but it was also, I was able to make it universal. I was able to relate it back to something bigger than me, that like this is something that is a common human experience. It's a common human experience to, be broken up with or break up with someone, or want to keep dating someone but they don't want to, or a friendship ends or something like that. And it was just like, it was my turn. It was my turn to learn these lessons, and we all learn these lessons at different times in our lives. Some people date later, some people start dating earlier. There's a lot of different ways, a lot of different a lot of different pathways that people can go on. But I just thought of it as a universal theme, and I just wanted to share this insight because it may not help everybody, because it is a very personal thing to go through, like any kind of breaking of some kind of relationship, whether it's romantic or dating or friendship or anything like that, or family relationship, whatever. Like, it is difficult. And I'm actually going through a period right now as well where I am kind of trying to sort of minimize contact with a certain person in my life. So that's a different story, but I'm still kind of in the middle of that. But so I can't really reflect on that now. But it's, we go through different sort of experiences that we learn from, and I immediately, for some reason, I was able to, just lying in my bed thinking about this, sadly, this situation that I was in, I was thinking about it, and it was my way of pulling through was to make it universal. That it's my turn now to do something that is a common human experience. And I kind of detached myself from the self-centered aspect of it. So I just kind of made it universal. So first I was really in my own mood and in my own zone and in my own feelings and in my own emotions, but then I detached and I made it universal. And then that made me feel better after a while. Like, I was able to kind of come through it because of that. And I just wanted to share these thoughts. Maybe it will help someone, I'm not sure, but I will say, own your own emotions, like honor your own emotions as well, your own feelings. So whatever you're feeling, it is usually like valid, like it's fine to feel how you feel, but also try and, if you need to, if you don't know how to see the forest from the trees, like try to detach and think of it as like a universal common theme, that like it's now your turn to go through this formative experience, and it's not just that you're going through it, but it's something that is a common thing that happens to so many people as we go through life and have different relationships. They break up, we stop talking to certain people, and it's like this a growth. There's a growth element to that. So just wanted to share these thoughts. If you want more thoughts from me, please do subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Thank you so much.